Hi class, my students. I hope you're doing great. I'm very happy to see you again in this class. Today's topic is about weather. Weather. At the end of this lesson, I want you to describe past leisure activities and weather conditions using regular and irregular verbs in the simple past and past continuous with accurate ed pronunciation. Identify and use cardinal and ordinal numbers correctly in relation to dates, months, and schedules. Write a short paragraph narrating a past event, including type, time, space, possessive pronouns, and non-prepared nouns forms. So, classmates, my students, what was the weather like yesterday? Yesterday was Saturday, Sunday. What was the weather like yesterday? Imagine what was the day. Try to use this picture. We have sunny, raining, snowy, cloudy, windy, stormy, rain, tornado, lightning, foggy. Wow, it was sunny. Yesterday weather was sunny. Now, what did you do yesterday afternoon? Did you play football? What did you do? Wow, you played instrument, the guitar. Wow. So now let's continue with this topic weather, which is tiempo in Spanish, weather. It's useful when we talk about this topic to include the calendar because the calendar help you with task, organization, time management. We use the calendar to check where is the dry season, where is the rainy season, and you have to keep yourself organized with those activities, tasks, and the calendar are divided into months, weeks, days. So these are the months: January, February, March, April, May, June, July, August, September, October, November, and December. There are 12 months, weeks, more than 40 months, days, above 300 days, 360, 60, more days, depend on the calendar. So we use them for planning, professional activities. We also use this as a teacher for education, for medical planning. Use this in personal life or professional activities. We use it. Everyone use the calendar to set the time to do homework, and you need this student. You need this to build your schedule, your homework. Keep in mind that there are 4 seasons of the year, mainly 4 seasons. But here in Panama, we just have 2 seasons. We don't have other seasons. We have 2 seasons: dry and rainy season. Dry season when there's no rain, just sunny day. Spring, summer, autumn, and winter are seasons from other countries like Finland, Denmark, USA, other country. But here in Panama we have a tropical climate. So keep this in mind. And during those seasons there are different activity, unique activity, festival, traditions, different things are celebrated during those seasons. Now here we have leisure time activities. What do you do in your free time? What do you do in your free time? Leisure activity are those activities that you do outside the classroom after your study, after the work, if you are professional. These are watching TV, go to the movies, play video games, listen to music, reading, surf the internet to find out information, play an instrument, like a musician, go shopping if you have money, if you made a budget, spend time with the family to visit your girlfriend, your father, your grandma, your grandfather, or your father to study another new topic, or continue with the lesson. So it's the free time after work or school. We use it to relax, have fun, enjoy our hobbies. I play soccer when I have free time. I love hiking. I go outside for a walk. So I like playing an instrument. I love guitar or recorder. Now let's study the daily routines. Routines are range of activities that you do every day, almost every day. It's a leisure self-care that you are combing your hair or you are painting your lips, for example. So it's useful once again to include the calendar here to establish the time, set the time, set the time for break too, because we are human, we need to rest. So we have to keep time, save time for each activity between professional obligation and personal time for yourself. Set time for yourself. Use the calendar smartly. So what weather is? The weather is a temporary condition of the atmosphere at a place. Commonly people confuse weather with climate because they think it's the same. The weather is the temporary condition. The climate is the permanent condition. So dry season is not permanent. So it's not climate. Rainy season is not permanent. It's a temporary condition. That's why it's a season. Season is not a climate. That's different. So we have rain. It can rain almost every day when it's rainy season. So here we have to study the geography, the country, to know better about the weather. When we talk about weather, we use it because we are describing the weather in third person. And we commonly use is because it's a verb to be to describe things. And you can use the past too. It was rainy or it was sunny. But here in present we talk about the weather. Only in present, sometimes in past. Depend on the question. How was the weather? Can change to the past. We change the verb. It was sunny, it was cloudy. We use this expression to talk about the weather. And we also use question to ask about the weather. What's the weather like today? Today it's cloudy, it's clear. And what's your favorite season? I can say dry season sometimes. I can say rainy season. So you can choose summer if you are living in another country, foreign country like Denmark. Isn't it beautiful today? This is to confirm that it's true or false. How's the weather? This is another question to ask about the weather. It's similar to the First question, what's the weather like? What's the weather like today? How's the weather? It's very short. And this is the third way. What's the weather like in March? You can say it's dry. It's dry. So try to use this question to ask the tourists, for example. So here we have a verbal tense, which is simple past. Simple past is used to talk about finished states, events, action in the past. Here we have an example. Last year we studied. This is the past verb, lives of the ancient Greeks in history. Then in the summer we visited the Acropolis. You see the verb visited and saw, the past form of the verb see. Finish action, remember, you are not doing that thing anymore. Past continuous. Past continuous is another verbal tense which talks about an activity in progress at a particular time in the past. This is in the past, something that is happening in the past. To talk about an activity that is interrupted by an event to describe the background situation for event in the past. Let's read this paragraph. It says, it was raining on Monday, so we didn't play football. So there is the rain was the erosion, so that's why they didn't play football. Don't turn off the radio off. I was listening to it. So this is the activity that was trying to interrupt the listening activity. Turn the radio off. I was driving to work when the accident happened. Two things happened at the same time. So this interrupt the action driving to work. Who knows? Who knows what happened after? Once again, time expression. Remember to use this because we are using simple past from 1723 to 1759 since identified 2 years ago. These are expressions to use to describe how long, how short a situation lasts. Now let's see the regular verb and irregular verb because they are different. Regular verbs follow typical conjugation patterns like dance, danced, danced, whereas irregular verbs don't, like drive, drove, driven. You see the difference? These end with ed in the past, but these change the forms according to the tense. Look this in present, drive, past participle, driven. A regular verb add ed or d in the past tense and past participle. For example, honored, loved, watched, etc. You see that d sometimes just add ed here, ed to complete the regular forms. However, an irregular verb doesn't follow the ed or d patterns in the past and past participle. It takes different forms like this: was, were, two forms from the verb to be, chosen from the verb to choose, come from the verb to come. So it changes according to the tenses. Here we have this chart as a guide to pronounce the ed ending pronunciation. T, D, ed. The rules for the T is when it's voiceless. The voiceless consonant are K, F, S, P. Let's see the example. Kissed, kissed, helped, laughed. It's not vibrating because it's voiceless sound. Your vocal cord doesn't vibrate. D. Verbs ending in void sound except D. Void sounds like this L, N, G, V. It sounds like this. Played, cleaned, opened. It sounds like N and D. Finally, we have the ID sound pronunciation. Verb ending in T or D. An extra syllable is added. Want, wanted. So look at the final consonant before the ed. It ends with T, D, D again. That's why it sounds wanted, needed, decided. Here, let's take a look at the do, does, did in statement and questions. Present simple, does, do. The first is for auxiliar, the second for auxiliar, but it's also a verb. Let's see this. I do my homework at night. Do is the verb. She does yoga. This is an activity to do. But here you see the question. Auxiliary is using the question to make question. Ask question. Does they work on weekends? This is a question. This is not a verb. We use do, does to ask question. Do goes with you. Does goes with he. You have to be aware of personal pronouns. Use do, does for habits and facts. Don't add s to the main verb in question. Does he eats? Never write the s when you are asking questions with does or do. We did a project yesterday. Did she go to school? Did you play? So did is the past form of do or does. So it did. It's a verb and it's an auxiliary. So never add ed at the end when you're asking in past. Did you play? Just play, not played. Nouns are words that describe animal, place, idea, people, or thing. Here we have countable noun forms and singular noun forms. Most plural add s, just add s to the plural form of the noun. But there are some plural that doesn't follow the rules. For example, this children for child. Child is the singular, then the plural is children. Mouse for mice. This is the plural. Man for men. This is the plural different. It doesn't have s. Some countable nouns have the same noun, have the same form for both singular and plural. So be careful because some words are the same, like sheep, sheep, or fish, fish. It doesn't change. We don't say two fishes. We just say two fish, two salmon. So now here write the plural forms here in this chart. And tomatoes. Example, tomatoes. Tomatoes. Tomatoes, sorry. Tomatoes. I cannot write very well. So tomatoes. Just like the same and add tomatoes. This is potatoes, the same rules. Potatoes. Potatoes. Here, heroes. So, child for children. Pronouns. There are three groups here, categories. Subject pronoun, possessive pronoun, reflexive pronoun. Subject pronouns are used to replace the proper noun when we don't want to repeat the proper name. We say I, you, we, they, he, she, it. If I say Mary, this is the subject pronoun she for Mary. We don't say Mary, Mary, Mary is replaced by she. She is beautiful. For example, possessive pronouns shows ownership. Possessive. Mine. This is mine. This is yours. This is ours. Hers or his. And reflexive pronoun emphasizes the person actions. We use reflexive pronouns when we are to give emphasis to the side of a sentence. The subject and object are the same as the object of the preposition to refer to the subject. We just want to emphasize the subject. I do it by myself, for example, by myself. But emphasize myself, not others. Here we have the cardinal ordinal numbers. Cardinal numbers are numbers that goes from 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And the ordinal number are those first, second, third, fourth, fifth, sixth, seventh, eighth, ninth, 10th. So sometimes we write numbers as words, like this, 25 words. And sometimes as figures. You see here 25 in just figure here. So here you can develop this activity in order to test yourself if you know. Let's see. We use words or figures at the beginning of a sentence. We use words, these words here. For numbers from 1 to 10, we use words again. Normally we use words here, words. For larger numbers above 11, 10, and over, we usually use figures like this. The figure 11 here, 15, figures. These are figures. We don't write letters. Now you can write your own, test yourself. So this says we usually write ordinal numbers, first, second, third, etc. as word figures. As you have to choose here the best answer. For decimal and percentage, we use word figures. You can feel this or research some about this. So here I have the numbers for you to know how to write it. But if the numbers are above, we don't write words, we just write figures like this. These are figures. Figures say like this, 21, just in numbers. Number just is 60. This is the cardinal numbers. Here we have the pronunciation. You can read this, your classmate can write it correctly in words or in figures. If I say 17, you have to write the numbers and the words. For this during activity, you have writing activity. You have to write 6 to 8 sentences describing a special day using at least 3 regular verbs like played. Yesterday I played the guitar. Yesterday I played soccer. Irregular verb I came to match, for example. Two-time expressions until. Use cardinal numbers. You want to tell something about your age. Yesterday I was 3 years old, for example. Possessive pronouns. Or this is mine, don't touch my umbrella, for example. This is the checklist for you to uh, avoid any confusion, any mistake. Is there one irregular verb? Consider this. And for closing activity, you have to tell storytelling. See volunteers, share the special day story. Classmates listen and ask a follow-up question. If indeed you. Do you? You can write any sentence. Do you? I did. I did my homework, for example. Try to do that and ask question to your classmate. See you soon. That's all for now.